What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of me bitching about every minute detail. This episode will be pretty damn long. I initially wanted to just cut it to certain clips and make it short and sweet, but even the first and second period, we did a lot of bad stuff. So I decided to just play the video through like I normally do. It'll probably take pretty long, maybe longer than all our other videos, but I guess I don't have to keep going over the diagram since we only have one new player, which is Derek, and he knows how to play, obviously. For today, I want to talk about the usual. First of all, it's like cycling, breaking out, of course, and let's see, support, team defense, the usual stuff. But in addition, I would kind of want to emphasize a couple things, which are face-offs and rushes. Okay, particularly are 3-on-2 rushes, and God, it's pretty damn bad. Which I'll go over. All right, not everything was bad in this game though. Offensively, we did a lot of good stuff, so I'll cover some of that stuff too. With that, let's just go ahead and get right into it. First, let me bring up these face-off stats real fast. So overall, not bad. Feel like we can be doing better. The only reason why I recorded this because I felt like we're losing a lot, but I was wrong apparently. One thing we need to do better is figure out what we're going to do as a team. There's a couple of face-offs we should have won. In an NHL standpoint, it's called a win since we hit it back or whatever, but then the other team took it because we had nobody there. So I actually count those as a loss. But yeah, there's a lot of those. A lot of those where it looks like we're just not ready for where the guy's gonna hit it. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and start off on the 3-on-2s real fast. So I might have done this before. I can't remember. So hopefully I'm not repeating a bunch of stuff. But this is important since we're not doing it very well. So typically, what the best opportunity is when we have these, it's usually like a 2-on-2. Those are hard to do in the mouse. Anyway, it's like a 2-on-2. And we usually have just one guy just try to skate it in, tunnel vision, and shoot, which is no bueno. Okay, you don't want to do that. Simplify the 3-on-2s. Okay, you don't have to do all these crazy crosses and stuff. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me go with the first step. Is that if you have the puck, you're gonna try to take it in as deep as you can while this guy's skating backwards. This guy is gonna try to take a man with him. The guy up here will be the guy with the puck. It doesn't really matter. First of all, if you do have a 2-on-2, look for a trailer. All right, just look back real quick. It's a pain in the ass when the defenseman beats our man, but then it's like the puck's not going to go to him anyway. First, look for a trailer. If you have a trailer, you don't have to pass it to him right away. You can. It's not a terrible idea. But one thing you can also do is take it in as deep as possible. If you can get all the way in here, that way by the time the play gets up, the trailer will be like closer and closer to the net. Okay. So you two guys, your goal is to just bring your man, take your man with you. Okay, that's true even if he has the puck. Even if he has the puck, you should start going way in. Okay, if he... Well, before I get to this guy having the puck, let's just... Hold on, sorry. You draw some of this crap? Okay. This is a little bit confusing, but we'll start with him with the puck. It doesn't really matter. Point is, wait for the trailer. The thing is, if one of these guys cheats... Damn it, it's hard to draw that. Oh. If one of these guys cheats and they already started going ahead of him, obviously you just burn him. Okay? I'll try to stop saying okay. I think that's one of the things I say a lot. It's one of my idiosyncrasies. Anyway, you guys can play a drinking game out of that. Anyway, so if you have the puck and this guy cheats towards him, then obviously you're just going to hit this last guy. Let's talk about when he has the puck. Alright. So what you guys are going to do, the two guys without the puck, you just want to take a man with you. So you're not going to cross, you're not going to slow down. 3-on-2s, it's just like a power play. Just simplify it. You don't have to do anything complex. You make things simple. This is when you can go in straight lines. You don't have to curve diagonally and shit. You just go and take a guy with you. You just go take a guy with you. Hopefully, these guys just stay with you. The point man can go closer and closer and just shoot it. Not really the point man, but the trailer. That's what we want to do ideally. Now, if one of them cheats, easy, then you have to figure out a way to pass it to him. Ideally, that's all you got to do on a 3-on-2. What you don't want to do is all this bullshit like, oh, I'm going to go this way and he's going to do this. There are times to do it, which I'll explain one time we probably should have done that. But for the most part, just go in a straight line, take your guy with you. I guess the first step really is recognize that there is a 3-on-1 to begin with. Okay, alright, let me pop up the first period. Now, one thing you want to notice with Shanahan here is how he's gripping his stick off the face-off. These little details are what makes you a lot better. So when he has a regular grip, so see his hand grip right there, he's gonna hit it backwards, automatic. And you say, well, no shit, anyone who holds their stick like that is gonna hit it backwards. But on the other side of it, if he holds his hands the other way, he's gonna hit it forward. You can also tell by the way he's leaning his body sometimes. So when he wants to hit it forward, usually he likes to hit it forward at number 10. What we're gonna do in the future is we're gonna let him do that. Actually, we're gonna just let him hit him, and we're just gonna keep beating them to the puck on the board, and we're gonna line up a specific way so that like I'm gonna be in that corner instead. With that in mind, recognize stuff like this so you know how to approach your face-off. Now, if he's clever, he'll change his grip at the very end, which he sort of did right now. Anyway, let's go ahead and do it. He wins the face-off. Oh, hold on, sorry, let me mute it real. Alright, sorry, go to play on. Alright, so first we're gonna see this missed stick lift right here. It's a nice try right there, alright? I see you trying, but you want to wait till the last second and get him right when he's about to get the puck. I'm glad to see you're actually trying to stick lift finally. Oh, and sorry if the video gets funky. I'll try to pause it when that happens. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, so right here, team defense. Let's see how it looks. So Paul, you're on this guy. Who's on number 10? This is where, as a team, we need some recognition. We should already know who the better forward is defensively and try to match up with their better forward, particularly if this is really good, like number 10. Okay, no offense, James. We don't want James on number 10. Alright, that guy just has a huge speed advantage. Now, with that in mind, we have a tendency to do this a lot, so you're looking at the puck. Now, that's fine and all, but be sure you have these guys up here. You should be on the guys up here somewhere. Okay, so, okay, good. You're finding your guy. Okay, but by this time, this is what I'm saying, like, Paul and James, perhaps you should get a switch if you could have. Okay, so I'm on Koivu, which I should be looking at him. And this one, so this is actually my fault. I should have already been skating ahead. That was completely my fault. Right, if I recognized that we had an easy 3-on-2, I would have just skated all the way up right here. But, that in mind, good pass by Derek. Now, this is a good example of 3-on-2. Simplify. So, this is a time where Derek should actually slow down. If you speed up, you're just going to be in this guy's stick line, and I have to get it through him. It's easier if we don't have to pass it through him. Ideally, I would want to make a pass, you know, like Ryan does this really nifty pass where he passes the puck right in front of his own feet. So you're sitting up here, slow down. It might be better if you slow down. Paul, I see you cutting across. You just have to, let me see what you're doing here. Yeah, so you're kind of cutting across. I kind of want you more towards back door side, and then just take that man with you. By coming in towards the middle, you're leaving Derek covered too at the same time. So the point is to spread Cal Poly out. Again, Derek, you should slow down. This is a key time to slow down. You don't want to speed up. Then it makes it harder. So if you just trailed slowly, I could easily done a behind the back pass or that pass in front of my feet. Okay, shot and miss. And I might pause on some of the whistles so I can keep looking over my notes. So it goes a little bit better flow. This next segment is an absolute disaster. First of all, when we line up on the face-off, I advocate Derek not being here and being on the other side instead. With that in mind, you can line up there, that's fine. But if we lose the face-off, Derek, you should be getting the first point man. And Paul, you're actually going to cut across and get the other point man on the other side. So let's see what happens. So first, the puck goes in that corner. So once it goes there, Derek, you got to get inside position on 10 right off the bat. You can't just sit there and watch it. And I get what you're doing. Like, if we win the puck, maybe you have to be the guy back there. That is true. But the first priority is defense. If they win it, you can't give 10 a shot. You can't give them the gap to get that shot. To get right in front of his face and time up. And you sort of did after. Like, you kind of got to him, which is okay. But now you see everyone's staring this way. Paul's down there. Eichardt's down there. And you have two guys back here. They should probably just cheat it up. Someone really should have just been in that space right there. So we're kind of running around, and that leaves both these guys open. I don't really care about leaving number 8 open, but granted, he scored the double, what was it, overtime winner against us in a championship game. But so as you can see, Cal Poly is left wide open right there. Boom. So nobody has him. I'm not sure what. Like, none of these guys are covered, so technically 8 could have been in there too. Right, and then let's see what happens on our breakout. Okay, so as soon as, this is where a concept of support comes in. As soon as he starts like block pass and stuff, someone needs to give him support right away, right here in this spot and somewhere up here. Backside, frontside support. So John, I'm not sure what you're looking at, but it's where you want to be aware of where the puck is the whole time. And with that in mind, nice bodying. Protect the puck. But I'm not sure if you're the one who hit it back. Was that Derek who hit it back? Oh, yeah, he did. Okay, so Derek, you should just, again, the quiet zone. You take advantage of the quiet zone behind our net. That place is almost always safe. Alright, so now this is what I wanted to get into. The breakout right here. So, as soon as the puck goes on this side, you guys remember what I was saying last video about cutting the ice in half? So when the puck starts going in this direction, Paul is going to go this way, which is right. So Derek or Anchor, you need to just bank that right away. You need to bank it immediately. In general, we don't want to board pass on a breakout, but when these guys are forechecking hard, and these are more pressured breakouts, not controlled breakouts. On pressured breakouts, you're going to have to use the board more often. So once Paul swings that way, Derek needs to cut across towards the middle. That's the easiest way to do it. So let's go ahead and get rid of these lines, see what happens. So you'll see Derek coming in the frame right here. And Anchor, you should hurry up and just bank it right away. Right? You don't have to settle, just bank it because that guy's on your ass and Paul's waiting for it. So as soon as Paul gets it, but see, you're kind of lagging way here. So Shanahan's going to pick off any pass to you. So you need to already be cutting this way more. And cut the ice in half. Make half-court passes. In general. Not always, but in general. Okay, so good example here. Do we have a 3-on-2? So the first thing is recognition. So you have Shanahan here. It's going to get burned like 90% of the times by our D. So once you get the puck, you should already have an idea that there could be a trailer. Now, I'm not saying you can't beat the guy one-on-one. This is by far their weakest guy, so you can go ahead and beat him one-on-one. And you made a good move, and it didn't work out. So I don't mind that move, actually. I think that's a great time to do a one-on-one, even though you have a delayed 3-on-2. But I'm just saying, I think a lot of times you guys aren't even recognizing that there's the possibility of that, which is one of my major complaints. Alright, so there's a whistle. Sorry, there's one more thing I want to mention about this. So, John Wang, you need to, I think you had a whack at it right here. So instead of just trying to whack it blindly, one skilled thing you guys want to do on rebounds is handle it. So if you took the puck out of him and then just went in for a backhand, it's an easy goal. I think you just hurried and whacked it. That's a mark of a really skilled player, though. So I'm not saying it's easy. It's a pretty tough play. Okay, that in mind. Let's see what happens. So that's a good example. See, we won the face-off, but we should have got to it first. So what should we have done? John, just go right up to it because I'm going to cover you on the other side. All right, so you want to get right up to it. That is a little bit tough, though. Technically, I could have got it too, but that's all right. Okay, so pressure. I'm being pressured, so we need support on both boards. This board or this board. Perfect. And here. Subtle support concept. You've got to be in a passing lane there. So that looks like a bad pass by John, but that's actually a great pass. He's passing it where it's basically he doesn't want to get blocked by 17. So that's you, Raj. You have to recognize it's a very subtle thing, but you have to be just a tad bit lower, just a little bit lower, because you can see 17 is going this way, and John needs that outlet right here. He doesn't want to pass into his feet, so you want to slow down so your stick is right in that lane. Very subtle concept. Okay. Now I think even better if John just delayed. If he just held the puck a split second, maybe it would have worked out. Okay, but not the worst thing. Get the puck. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'll go more in the future about whether you should just. In general, I don't like just blindly throwing it to the middle. I don't like that play. I'd rather have you go around, hold on to it, but I'll talk more about that. So next play, so we win a face-off. I get the puck. And I'm being pressured. I guess technically I could have just done a misdirection, but this guy plays a little bit reckless, so I'm not going to dick around too much with it. So it says well done. Pressure breakout into a controlled breakout. So now we got control. So here, so Raj, you have to swing low. Remember what we worked on? You want to swing way down here. If you're just kind of coasting this way, Mr. Green Lantern is going to be right on your ass. All right. So it's like I can't give you a pass. There's no way. All right. Otherwise, he's going to be he's going to be on your ass right away. Okay, now if the guy chases, yeah, I'm going to burn him. And you might be wondering, what good does that do if we have to leave a defenseman back? Well, we don't have to leave a defenseman back. I want us to get a 4-on-3. And the last guy back is just going to be slightly in front of him. So if we cough it, he can rush his ass back. Okay. If the guy's really cherry picking, I suppose you have to somewhat keep it honest. But when I burn this guy, I want to punish them for that and make this a 4-on-3. So we should find one open man. A 4-on-3 is a little bit harder, obviously, than a 3-on-2. Anyway, so I burn him. Derek, I need you to cross on the other side. I have Raw's support on this side. I need someone way open here. So it looks like you kind of cut back, though. I'm not going to skate into that space. Maybe that's what you're thinking. But I want the support instead. I'm not going to just carry it all the way up. Carry it all the way up. I'd rather pass it to you and get it back as a trailer. Okay. Good. Outnumber them, but we didn't get it. Against this guy, this is number 8. I know you're trying to shoot it right away, Roz, but this is the weakest guy. Just you can try to dangle him if you want. Okay. So very important here. It's subtle, but Derek, you're kind of just coasting with 9. Don't let 9 just suddenly catch you off guard and speed up with a burst. You have to get inside position. In this right here, you're slightly behind him. You need to make sure you get up in front of him in case he burns your ass. Luckily, he wasn't really hustling, so it's not like it mattered at all. And you want to headman that puck right away. Right. So as soon as you got it, it needs to be headman right there. If he has a step on him, even if it's a one-on-one, I'll take Derek one-on-one against that last guy. That's when you really want to exploit him. That's when you really exploit teams that push too hard. Okay. Alright, this next part is a total breakdown in defense, which we'll see. So we sort of win the face-off. So, and good job resetting. I think that's literally the only time we reset in the whole game. Well, maybe we did it like a few more times. I'm not sure. But we need to reset more. I don't like doing this bullshit like 1-on-2, take a shot, and then like they're being outnumbered, try to go through them. Just ice it back. So John, you're calling for the puck here. I suggest not calling for the puck. I guess it's alright, but instead, I'd rather have Derek take it around a net, and then you get a solid pass, so you start getting speed going forward. This side's always difficult because it's also your. I mean, no one's gonna blindside you. There's nobody in the way, but in general, you don't want to receive it like that. If you're gonna receive it, it's actually better to receive it the way David Heaton did. Like you're going this way. That's usually kind of an awkward pass. If you're gonna do that, well, like I said, I'd rather have Derek just go behind net and you curl way low and then start streaking up. I'm sorry. So the David Heaton thing I was saying is I'd rather just have you, if you're gonna receive it, have it curl in like this. But anyway, not a big deal. So this is a no-no though. You don't want to wrap the puck around the board. You're sort of being pressured, but I think it's totally unnecessary. This is what I mean when like really good teams, they don't break out using the board pass. It's harder to handle. So as soon as you get the puck here, cut this guy off. Don't let him get on you. If he tries to, he's gonna forecheck you hard. You have a good like 3 steps on him, so just hurry up and get behind the net and then just burn his ass if he tries to catch you. Now, you don't want to do this though. So watch, it adds up because he mishandles just slightly, and then that guy's right on his ass. So just little shit like that adds up, and we don't get a perfectly clean breakout. Okay, so this is where we have problems. John, you're the guy's Green Lantern, and you should match up with Green Lantern because he's better. I know what you're thinking. Maybe you're thinking James is gonna get burned. I gotta help him. All right, trust James. You know what? I know James isn't the best player, but his defense is pretty damn good. He sticks with a lot of guys, even a lot of guys who are way more skilled. So trust him. Okay, he will match up with Cal Poly. If he does get burned, you gotta help him after. But trust him, and you gotta stay on Green Lantern. And now we're just kind of, what the fuck are we doing? So now you're just kind of like, oh, who do I pick up? James, you're still on Cal Poly, which is good. And then, hold on, good outlet, Derek. Okay, and this is a complete waste of a possession. So this is the panic mode. First of all, you have your head down. You really want to work on stick handling with your head up. First, you should probably bank it off the board. I think whoever was up there, I think that might have been Paul, he was coming towards the board. So you want to bank it on the board. If you're not sure, like you can already see it from here that there's 2 guys collapsing on you, then just fire it backwards. Fire it back or just skate it back. Okay, you don't want to get yourself in this where you force like some shitty pass and then see, yeah, you had Paul kind of going towards the board. So just softly throw it to the board. Don't launch it like you always do. Okay, that's fine. So let's pick up a guy. So you got Cal Poly. Paul, make sure you got Green Lantern. John, you have... Oh, John, yeah, that guy behind you. That means Derek. You probably had to step at the koi boot earlier. So right there, like you're still skating away from him. You need to step up to him sooner. I mean, he just flubbed his shot, but he had a wide open look. Okay, so yeah, that's the screw up right there. So John, you stayed with 17, good. James, I think you knew at the game. You messed up when you didn't stick with Cal Poly. God damn it! Right after I said your defense is great. All right. This next sequence is pretty damn bad, but we end up with a goal. Alright, so first things first. Well, let's see how we're lining up on. Okay, when we're lining up like this, first of all, James, you should be lining up on the outside. John, you should be lining up on the inside, close to Shanahan. Not a big deal. You can do it like this, but I'd rather have it the other way, and you'll see why. Because when Paul wins the face-off, I go behind the net, and what the hell are face-off assignments? James, you're not going to be swinging low. Not exactly, at least. If we win the face-off, I need you on the board right away, just in case I'm getting pressured. So you got to go towards the board right away, and then depending on how it goes, I might give you a tape-to-tape pass. I might give you a board pass, but you got to give me board support right off the bat. Instead, John's the one doing that. So it's already kind of backwards, and then I see what you're kind of curling in, but it's gonna be tough because John's already on that side. I will say, if I'm getting double team like this is the time where we are going to do a board pass on a controlled breakout, and we better have a 3-on-2. 2 idiots are forechecking the guy behind the net. You have to get a 3-on-2 out of this. All right, and So this is good right here. John, if you just slow down just a little, just like similar to Roz's play, you got to see that Paul's gonna have a tough time passing to you. He's got to pass to you right away. So if you're just a little bit, it's hard to explain. If you're just going a little bit lower, he could have made an easy pass to you. It has to do with timing, spacing. So Paul doesn't have to make that move, which is a nice move anyway. Be patient there. So you had me trailing 2. I mean, this kind of worked out, I guess. So I shoot it. Not a great shot. I should have got on that. But with that in mind, a bad habit to have. Don't do these flybys. You got to stop in front of the net. It's easier said than done. I tend to do a flyby too by accident. But both of you, once you there's no reason you should be behind net. You should just stop right away right there. Okay, and then I shot it, and then you're kind of crawling out. You should just stop too somewhere around here, waiting for a rebound. Okay, so there's no reason why you, John, should be behind the net. It's not easy. I know that because sometimes you gotta stop right on a dime. There's that stick lift move if you guys saw it right there. Anyway, so here, yeah, I don't know where the hell the support is, and it's a board battle, so I'm gonna throw it to the quiet zone, and like I said, that's usually a safe spot, and it was. Except James, if you're gonna be the last guy back, you gotta be responsible with it. Right? You cannot cough it up like that. All right. Again, look for a trailer. Look for a trailer, especially you, Paul. I think you have a tendency you just come up and you'll just blast it right away. I don't think I was there as a trailer, but you have to know that there could be. Like, look at this. Shanahan's here. I'm here. I think 10 back checked hard, so he caught me. But if I was skating harder, I could have probably caught up to the play. Okay, with that, nice shot off the post. Okay, and I did the same thing here. I think I had a pass to Paul. That probably would have been a better play if I saw it, if I just threw it on the board right away. But I didn't. Do it with the quiet zone. Alright, and James, this is what I was telling you about working on. You got to stop stopping the puck right there. What you want to do is, yeah, you need to be on the board for support, but then once you see there's nobody behind you, you want to skate like this right away. And then just let the puck keep rolling. You can just slow it down too. You don't have to stop it. But a lot of times, what you'll do is you'll just stop the puck dead right there, so that way these guys can catch up, and then we have to kind of throw it back into our own zone, and that screws things up. And yeah, you really mishandled it there too, so it was even worse. With that in mind, when John gets the puck here, you guys don't want to skate away from him. You want to skate. Well, first of all, both of you are skating the same lane, which sucks. But if you're gonna skate away, you gotta start curling back in right away. He wants that pass like this, right? The easy pass. You don't want to go away from the puck. You want to go towards them. So see, we have nobody going like this way. That would have been ideal. So he just has an easy pass. Now you got Shanahan back checking the shit out of him, and then we coughed it. And partly on John too. You should have passed it right away to your left. It was wide open. You could just launch it to the left. Okay. Wasted a possession. But they wasted one as well. Okay, so I threw it because I'm being forechecked. Okay, so it should look like that. That's actually pretty good. So something like this where, yeah, it's a nice easy pass. And nice second try, but that's okay. Of course, I mentioned this, and I'll mention it until I'm fucking blue in the face. Puck goes towards the board. This guy needs to support immediately. Immediately. Because John will take it this way and probably cycle it back. Now, if you're not being covered, yeah, go ahead and stop here. You don't have to go all the way. You can stop here and just roast marshmallows if they're wide open. But a lot of times, yeah. Okay, good. So that's actually what exactly I want, Paul. But yeah, keep going. And call for that cycle. And instead of turning this way, you're going to turn towards the same side. We didn't keep the cycle on the same side. So John, recognize you have a cycle opportunity there. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, let me see that. You did. Okay, sorry. You passed it to James. So that's not a bad play either. The tough thing is, James, you need to angle your body so you're ready to shoot it right away too. Okay. It's not that easy right there. That one's kind of tough to do. Call for cycle, James. You got Paul in front. Okay, this is actually pretty good. Oops. That's it. If you don't cycle it, you better not cough it there. Okay, and you got jacked by the weak ass guy. Okay. Now, what are we looking at, Paul? You need to find someone and pick him up. John's gonna cover Shanahan. So look back. It just should be. Don't let him hit like some trailer who's walking in by himself. Okay, with that in mind, the way John stopped, I suppose you could have been around here. That would have been probably ideal. But going behind the net for a reverse pass is a pretty good option as well. And good. I did not want you to hit me. Now this is where James, this is where you're totally screwing us up. Okay. Well, you're not. I'm sorry. That's a bad way of saying it. You're not screwing us up, but there's a better route you can take. You're the second man. You have to imagine Paul's wide open, so you need to be. You're not going to do this, because Paul has all this room to skate up. So instead, you're going to act as that second man, where you're going to be cutting across. You're going to go down a little bit, but you're going to cut across diagonally this way, so Paul can hit you. Okay, and then you should be able to curve this way and have a pass like me or John coming up. Okay, but you're not going to go all the way down low again and break out. It's like you're the second guy. Okay, so now Paul has to kind of take it up by himself, which is a pain in the ass. Alright, so here, I don't mind the shot. That was a decent shot you got, too. But what you want to do is right here. And we made a change, too. You want to just launch this back to our own zone forehand and reset. And I mean, like, fire the shit out of it. You can obviously you can do it backhand, but backhand's going to be tough because it's hard to get a lot on it. But I would just whack the crap out of it forehand and send it all the way back. You're outnumbered. You don't have help. And yep, they just took the puck back. Alright. Alright, so little thing here. Alright. So and I know Raj knew it in the game because he said sorry, that's my bad, but if you're gonna stay on Koivu, you better stay on. You gotta stay on him. Don't worry about where he passes it. Alright, so right here, I actually wanted Koivu and I wanted Raj to get Shanahan, but that's okay. Not a big deal. But as soon as, sorry, let me go back just a tad more. I'm going to go right here, right? If that's your man, you got to just stay on him. So once you passed it, I think you really quick, you looked at the pass, and then that's when it's kind of game over. Right? And they have an easy give and go there. Okay. Whoops. Whoops. Alright, nice pass. Let's try to work on that Bobby Ryan play too that we have never done once ever. Where this guy, that's a good pass play. I'm not saying you shouldn't have done it. I'm just saying in general, you should go behind a net, and when the goalie looks over, you throw it back against the grain and have someone just wait there. That's such an easy goal. Okay. You want to consciously incorporate that. Alright, so what should we do if the puck goes towards the board? One guy gets it, second man, support. So once you're blocked out, there's a wall of bodies here. So Raj, you have to recognize it's going to be tough getting through that. Like, I know this is the fucking Derek Eichert show and he can do anything he wants, but let's try to play a little more team hockey and help him out so he doesn't have to do it alone. Okay, so you should go there. Cycle instead of playing grab ass. Get rid of those lines. And see, there's still no backside support. Still no backside support. Right? And then we ended up coughing it. Yeah, see, so, like, man, we shouldn't have to do shit like that. This is why you don't want to just be, you don't want one guy doing everything by himself. even if he can. But that's a nice back check. The funny thing is, I actually knew you were going to catch him, or I felt confident. That's why I just backed off of him. Keep in mind here, for Derek, or Anchor, I should say. I'm going to need you on the board. I know a lot of you guys have a tendency to think I'm going to skate it up. But no, I want you to hug the board, and I'll cut towards the middle. But with that said, after I pass it, yeah, go ahead and skate it up. This is actually a very nice 2-on-1. This is, wow, well done. Alright, so that was a long-ass stretch. Let's go on to the next one. Right. This next spot is going to have a bad change, I believe. One thing. Okay, come on, man. You don't. Okay, don't flush them out like that. You don't have to flush them out. Let them sit there, and then we're gonna make them cough it. Okay. If you're gonna flush them out, there's a better way to do it. You know what? I'm gonna actually pause and show you guys right now. Okay, first, if you're gonna flush the guy out, you're not gonna just go straight and then just go here and then just get burned like an idiot. Okay, that's just not smart. First of all, if the guy's right, it doesn't matter what hand he is, but you're going to try to force him on his backhand side, because it's usually harder to pass backhand, and for them to stick handle backhand. So if it's right-handed, if you can imagine, like, it's hard for him, if he has to move this way, first of all, and you're flushing out from this side, he's going to have less of an angle to pass this way. Alright, it's hard to explain. I'd have to actually show you in person, but maybe some of you kind of get it. Okay, if you're right-handed and you're passing this way, it's hard to turn your body so you can pass that way, right? Unless you're like completely in front of the net. But more importantly, instead of just going directly behind him, what you need to do is you need to curve towards the side like this, intentionally. That way, you can sometimes do this deal where you fake like you can go behind net and then you cut in front, right? And that messes him up. The other part too is even if you do chase him behind the net, at least you have speed to catch him. To catch right up to him, because then as he curls out, you'll have the speed. Your momentum will at least still be carrying you that way. Right? If you just go do this, then the guy will burn you, and while you're still going, your momentum's still going that way, he's just going to leave you in the dust. The guy doesn't even have to be that fast. Okay? But for the most part, we don't even have to flush the guy out. Anyway, just let him make a shitty pass. Okay, nice pass right away. Heads up play right away by Ross. Nice job. It didn't work, but I like the idea. You almost got it to Derek. Good job. Oh, and Derek, good job. So you guys see him streaking inwards. He's not just staying on the side like an idiot. I think Justin Bearden had a problem with that. He just stay on the side and try to like Sam coast it for absolutely no reason. Okay, get all sorts of looks here. Yep, all sorts of looks. Good. There we go. Using the backside support. Nice cross-ice pass. Nice try there. Derek, you don't have to go back though. You can stay up there. Part of the recognition is seeing how many players are in there, and you want to stay up there and maybe just chill right here. That would have been good. And then, you know, if the puck goes behind the net, you can give support back here. I know you have that stay-at-home mentality, but we already have a guy back also. Defense here. Defense 1-0. Come on, don't let this guy do that shit to you. Do not let him do that to you. Right? The key is to already start turning this way and assume he's going to go inside. These guys always want to go inside, all right? Once you start, you basically just let them go on the outside, if anything. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but then, yeah, you got to catch up to him, and then suddenly, part of it too, I have a lot of pride on D. I just don't like getting beat. And I don't want the guy to feel like he beat me. Alright, so, here's the change, by the way. Let's go back a little bit more. Alright, don't change when the other team has the puck. If you're really tired, I guess you have to. But, so you see Raj get off, and that's why someone's wide open. So let's figure out what the hell's going on here. Alright, so we have this guy covered, this guy covered. He's sort of covered, Derek, I guess. I guess you guys, but notice Chloe was wide open. And that's because we made the change. And guess what? They hit the open man right on. Okay, now John has to switch. He has no choice, and nice pass. Okay, so that was pretty bad on our part. Alright, some more bad defense coming up. Alright, so far so good. James, I'm not sure why you're kind of going towards Paul. I've said this before, you're allowed to help. You can help somebody else, but just make sure you have your own responsibility covered. And you sort of do. His way back here. Alright, so you're kind of going, and that's fine. Just, I hope you know that number 8's back there, and that's your man. Okay. Okay. This one's pretty damn bad. We need to know our face-off assignments. So right here, first of all, it's hard to tell if we won or lost. It's the puck's going toward the board, but no matter. First of all, we're not lined up correctly, but it doesn't matter. Paul, you're supposed to get this point man up here somewhere. James, if you lose it, you need to get this other point man. Now, technically, you didn't lose it yet. You're still fighting for the puck, but once Green gets it, and I go down there, Paul should be on this guy here, and James, you need to back off and find the guy up here. And unfortunately, that's why they have a guy who's wide open right there, Mr. Cal Poly, wide open. John has 17. I have Green Lantern. And, yep, Cal Poly's just sitting his ass there. Let's see what the hell is going on. So James looks like he finally turned. Yeah, he found a guy, which is good. It's a good job you picked this guy up. But Paul, remember, your guy's up here. You're kind of just wandering. As I said before, forwards, you don't have free range. You just go where the hell you want. Now, let me see. Now, I don't know. If you recognize that your guy's up here and not really doing anything, I think that's fine where you're at. But the other guy, the other defenseman should have been doing those. He should just cut in right here and just have a wide open pass. Anyway, let's play on. Nice, rub his ass out. Very nice. Now, right there, you gotta, maybe you didn't see Paul, but it's the same deal what I did earlier. You should just do it to him right away. Right away. He's there for your support. Now, unfortunately, when I got it, then Paul kind of left. So I'm going to talk more about this later. This is where you want to do inside reverse pivot as opposed to turning your head. It's a big deal. So an inside reverse pivot, so you have your head turned, boom, and that's what cost us because I threw it along the board, and I get it. It wasn't a great idea to throw along the board. I could have took it back, I suppose, and control it. But the short version is inside reverse pivot. All that means is you turn in a way so that your head never goes away from the puck. So his feet would actually turn the other way. Okay, I'll explain it more later. Derek does actually, I'm sorry, Anchor does a good job doing it one time. All right. So now pick up. Someone pick up. Good. Okay. All right. So James, you're on Cal Poly, and I think you heard me say I got Green. You know, stay on. I got Green, and then you switched. So this is what I don't want. This is called defensive recognition. I want to be on the better player. This guy is the good player. It doesn't matter. I'm a defenseman or whatever. All right. We're playing mainly a man defense. So James, you want to stick with Cal Poly? I don't know why you switched there. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but like there's been numerous times where we fucked up some kind of defensive coverage because of this. And watch this. And I thought I was getting Green, so I was like, oh shit. So now he has a step on me. This team, they're not going to really punish you for that. Not a big deal. If it's a Narch team, you will certainly get burned for something little like this. Alright, so I have to skate my ass back in and catch him. So, you know, it looks harmless. Like, oh, what's a big deal? And nothing even happened. Okay, so again, yep, you're allowed to help, but you better have your own guy. Okay, you kind of caught him. Yeah, I guess you caught him just in time. But I guess the other tough part is I understand, like, James is doing a good job guarding him one-on-one, though, alright? Once you see that, it's like, alright, lay off him. Get off of him. Make sure you have the other guy. Technically, this slow guy should have already been skating up. Okay, and John and I did a kind of a weird switch there, but I think he called it. Alright, so that's a good example right there. Bam. That's when you especially need to inside reverse pivot. One subtle thing you guys don't realize is you need to have your stick down. If it's not down, I'm not sure which target you want. Do you want the forehand target or do you want the backhand target? So you got to put your stick down. It's subtle, but it helps quite a bit for the passer. So John passed your forehand, and I think you expect on the backhand. And so you barely tipped it. So that's where you're supposed to do an inside reverse pivot in case he passes it on that. I'll show you an example later when Anchor actually does it. Right? Oh, we have time to handle it. Alright, and that's the complete no skill play, alright? Where you just try to throw it at the guy or throw it towards the goalie. This is where it's good to have some poise. When you watch like the really good players, some of them like they're so patient. They're just like hold on to it, and then they'll go all the way around the goalie, like on his left pad, and then shoot it high. Sometimes you could stick handle this. Don't just panic shoot it. That's where poise comes in. But anyway, there's a whistle there. Yeah. All right, and there's a whistle. All right, sorry, we're almost done here. All right, this last part should be fairly quick, I think. Sorry. Off the face-off, keep in mind, damn it, hold on. He's going to shoot it a lot, so you guys have to be aware of that. Awareness. He's going to, now, this time his hands were set up the other way, I believe, if I paused it earlier, but, and if that's the case, he's going to try to win it back, okay? Like I said, you just want to be aware of these things. You want to be thinking in the game. You don't want to be on autopilot. I guess that's my major complaints. Just when you're on autopilot, you're not like really thinking about shit. So right away, get the puck, boom, and automatic. There's some soft pressure, so I'm just gonna. This is where you have to already anticipate that as Roz. As soon as the pass goes like this, then you should already see it. The pass is going to come around immediately. So you have to get there. It takes you kind of a split second to decide, oh shit, the puck's coming. And then you have quick support. That support should be given a Paul immediately. Ideally, what would have been better was if... it's hard to explain, but Paul, it would have been better if he was kind of going this way diagonally. So you have a short pass to him, and Paul cuts towards you. Alright. So that way you guys just aren't like skating the same lane. Alright, and that's a great job hitting the trailer right there. There's only one problem with this, and that's, let me see. Okay. Come on. It's right here. You guys need to look up and see that it's going to be a good chance for a 3-on-2, especially this guy just half-assing it. And that third guy is going to be Anchor this time. Hang on. Alright, sorry for the interruption. Well, I guess you guys wouldn't notice this since I paused it. But anyway. So right here, this is where you delay the 3-on-2. This is where you don't have to just go full steam ahead. You slow down. So you skate, take your time. Just you're going to keep skating it wide. Paul, you're going to take this guy with you. Derek, the problem is he's in the corner. Derek, you want to be in the middle, in the slot area, alright? Not in the corner there. So this 3-on-2 is just kind of wasted. So now we just have, we get a point shot, and you know, it's a waste. It's a very wasted 3-on-2. Okay, with this, good move. Yep, that's how you counter their speed. This was really well done. I didn't snipe it that well, but this is really well done by Roz. His screening the goalie, and as I get closer and closer, you start drifting towards the back door. I mean, that was done really well. Job, Ross. Alright, so this is a good switch. Once that guy has a step on you, then that's a good time to switch, alright? And you gotta yell out help if he gets a step around you. But by this point, you slow down and then you stay on 10. Oh, yeah. Oops. Oh, good recovery there by Koivu. Alright, and great job punishing this. Your last guy back, you do not want to cough it. Oops. Well done, and he scores 5-0. Alright, let's see, nice stop. Okay, good, good. And out of time. Okay. So this pair is long as hell. Freaking 51 minutes. Alright, sorry about that. I'll try to. The other ones probably be shorter. I have less notes, but this period it felt kind of disastrous. I know the third one did too, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, see you next period.